How much authority do doctors of the church have? Okay, so it's important to distinguish the different areas that a doctor has as like a specialty. So, for example, St. John of the Cross is an expert in mystical theology, or St. Alphonsus is an expert in moral theology. St. Thomas is an expert in all theology. So, where their position is stated and there hasn't been any sort of decree of the church otherwise, we can regard their position on a certain point to be safe, something which is safe for Catholics to hold to. And there's also like a certain common and extrinsic probability that your average theologian, well, your average Catholic can hold to the position that these approved doctors say on this position. Whereas if it was like some random moralist like Chris West, if it was like Chris West says something and St. Alphonsus Liguori says something, there's no extrinsic authority or probability or whatever just because Chris West says it. But that's there when it's St. Alphonsus. So if you read St. Alphonsus, you just default to whatever he says. You're in a safe position. And that's a prudent plan if you just aren't really up on your moral theology and you're not going to be able to study through like the intricacies of a question. Might be a good idea to default to what he says about something. Whereas obviously that would be ridiculous if it was somebody like Chris West or some other random moralist on a certain question. But yeah,